I've always known this, but every year I have to, every day, thank God for the staff that I have. Very, very lucky with my staff. Steve, we worked together at Vermont and had a great time there, and we're having a better time here. And Jen is with us as well from Vermont. Allison Brown played for both Steve and I, is with us, and I think you know her very well. And Morgan Valley is also with us. So I'm lucky. Have a tremendous staff. We have a great time every day. This past season, the family atmosphere that we have on our staff and on our team, helped us through the rough spots. It wasn't the season that you dream that you want to have, but the spring season we're undefeated, so things are looking up. We did have a great spring though, and I know you know these events, but Siri Mosgrove going to the men's Final Four and winning the national three-point contest was just phenomenal on many levels for us. And the first level is when you meet someone like Siri, when she achieves something, even a small something, you're ecstatic because she's probably one of the nicest people I have ever met. So for her to be selected for the three-point contest was so exciting for the whole program. We got to live through her for that event. It was phenomenal. And it was interesting because it was tape delayed. So when you were watching it, the contest actually had already occurred a few hours before that. And I don't know if you saw the pictures on YouTube, but Allison and Jen were there with signs. Actually, they spent an entire workday working on those signs. It was fabulous. But the signs were so awesome, and they were dressed in UMass uniforms. So, of course, the camera did show them 4 times. So they had called me after the event, so I knew Siri won the event before I got to see it on TV, which was great because now you're just excited, not nervous. Although I was still nervous, and I can't really explain that. But the fact that I got to turn on that program at 9 p.m., knowing that Siri won it, was really entertaining because the commentators never mentioned her. Even though she was #1 in the country statistically, they were overwhelmed with a couple other individuals. And, what a season this kid had, and this kid's a great shooter, and we watched her shoot around, and she looks great. It never mentioned Siri. And then Siri steps up and just kicks butt. It was phenomenal. It's very rare that a contest brings someone to tears, but I was in my living room crying. I was so happy for Siri. And then we come home, and she's given a Scholar Athlete Award. So again, that was, I guess, capped off what could have been maybe a frustrating season, but understanding that these girls gave us everything they had, Siri being one of them. And before Siri leaves us, she got a huge taste of success. So we were just ecstatic. So I just wanted to mention that again. We're still talking about it like it happened yesterday. Something you may or may not know about that's happened this spring is Meg Zullo was awarded her 6th year. So we're very excited about that. Similar story where you get to coach a phenomenal young lady and you think it's over, and then she gets to come back to you for another year. We put in this petition months ago and really put it aside. Didn't want to get overexcited, didn't want to get Meg overexcited, so we put it away until we actually got the word maybe a couple of weeks ago. But she comes back to us as another great three-point shooter, as you know. But I'm more excited about her coming back again, having more success before she leaves us is what we really want to do. Have her bring maturity to our program. It's not often you have a 6th-year player. We're actually calling her Grandma now, so if you see her, don't hesitate to call her that. She doesn't mind. But we're very excited about those 2 things that have happened this spring. You've probably read about our 5 incoming freshmen. We're delighted about them, and we'll actually get to see them pretty soon as they come to session 3 this summer. And before that long, we'll be starting up again. So we're very excited about improving. We're excited about the work ethic that we saw this year, and we're excited about bringing more talent to the program with these 5 young kids. So I wanted to thank you guys who came to our games and supported us. It means the world to us. and I hope we play a little bit more exciting for you this coming season. In fact, I know we will. So we'll see you then. Thank you.
Do you have any questions for the coach?
How would you rate that recruiting class?
Let's see. I would say if 10 was at UConn, I would give it an 8. And there's one particular freshman to really keep your eye out for. Her name is Rashida, and she's from Canada, and she's playing for the Canadian national team right now. She's an unknown. Had she gone to more big-time AAU tournaments, she would have been scooped up by a much bigger league. She's 6'1", she's played the point. She can grab the rim. She's going to play the 3 for us. But she's going to be an exciting player. So when I say 8, I'm factoring in how good she's going to be, and I think she's going to be someone that really turns heads really early on.
We've had some recruits that transferred out, so are these five replacing some of them, or can you fill up some more open?
We know there's some ladies leaving us now. These 5 were signed a lot earlier. We are having visits of a couple of transfers, but yet we might save those scholarships to bring in a bigger class for the following class that we're in with some really good players. So we might play that way.
Do you have any transfers? No.
Yes. Anyone that comes to us. The 5 can play right away. If we bring in a 6th, it will be a transfer student, and she would have to sit out, as did Carol Ann this year. She's another one to watch out for. She's eligible just this year, our point guard.
Somewhat different subject. I assume you've read or at least read about the investigative piece in the New York Times the other day regarding gender equity, Title IX, and how schools seem to get around the requirements of equity. I wonder if any of that goes on here, and more specifically, at least the article indicated that if men practice with women, as part of the women's team, they're counted towards, and I wonder, since I think men do practice with the women's basketball team, whether those men are counted towards women as far as the number of participants in athletics.
Well, I think it's that would go. Different articles will say different things, because when they count the men, some big programs actually have some of those men on scholarship. So that would count. That is something we would never do. Those scholarship dollars will always go to women. The men that practice with us are obviously full-time students here, and they come, I guess, 3 times a week, as often as they can, to help us get more competitive. But the men for us don't get any perks or take anything away from women. I think it's like anything else. I think there's bigger programs that try to get around a lot. I think we're lucky that we're involved with a very honest program and organization, and we abide by all the Title IX rules, and and we're lucky because of that.
Canadian player, you must have seen her play enough to be able to determine that she will be the 3, unless that's something to change.
Yes, we have seen her enough to know that she will make a phenomenal 3 for us. She can also back up the 4, and she can back up the 1. So she's a very interesting player. And the way we play, we could put 5 guards on the floor and play a motion offense and look good. So, when I say 3-4, we're so interchangeable that, she's going to play a lot for us. And when younger people play the point for a few years on an AAU level, that doesn't necessarily mean they're point guard ready for the A10. She's known as a phenomenal point guard in Canada, but we believe that Carol Ann is the better point, and she's going to be at 3 for us.
What's the story on Millie? She didn't play well last year. She transferred.
No, Millie sat out the year because the first day of pickup last fall, she tore her shoulder, which she had, I guess she had injured it a couple times in high school, but they didn't think it was a big deal. She got into a pickup game, locked arms, and it popped right out of her socket. and it was determined that if she played, half strength this year, it would be a waste of her eligibility, so we saved her eligibility. So she's ready to go as well. What's that? She's a good-sized kid. She can shoot it, too. It's great. I can't hear you that well, but I heard it.
Upgrading Division I football from the Title IX, it's going to have to be more and more accurate
Yep.
and more.
Well, the addition of football will mean there's more scholarships on the women's side to keep things even. We are already fully funded, so we can't have any more scholarships than we do. But it will mean that some of our other women's programs will get additional scholarship dollars. So, it's a great move for everybody. And it helps us as well. Part of the agreement is we will also play 4 MAC games a year, 2 home and 2 away. And scheduling year to year is a nightmare. So to know that we have 2 quality home games, for sure, every year is a great thing. And what we'll do with our 2 away MAC games, we'll probably pair them together and do a Saturday, Tuesday, or something like that. But it helps us in a number of ways.
Now that you got your first year under your belt, and you play probably a lot of teams that you've never played when you were up in Vermont, did you find that the league was more challenging than you probably thought of at first? Or?
I would say it was what we thought. Coming here, we just finished a season where Xavier was 2 layups from, I think, the Elite 8. And we played Dayton. So we had a pretty good knowledge of what the league looked like. So I think it was exactly what we expected. All right, thank you.